Kast Media really out here messing up podcasts, bro.
Kast Media's out here messing up podcasts. I think the first whistleblower was Theo Von. And there was a whole situation. I just want to be clear on the name because I think it was
Colin Thompson.
Copsy. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so yeah, Colin Thompson. I guess he's the CEO of Kast Media. Apparently, there were a bunch of unpaid, like ad buys and different royalties that were owed to these different podcasters, including Theo Von, like we mentioned, Brian Callen, and Brendan Schaub. And there were a myriad of other ones. I think those were the most popular that have really come out and laid a stake.
Wait, so how much did they owe?
Apparently, overall, it was like $4 million of estimated unclaimed money. And this is one of those things, man, whenever there's a business dispute, there's always two sides to a story. And so that becomes a little bit difficult to parse through and just, from an outside perspective, to just know what happened actually. But what happened actually? Basically, the reason that Colin Thompson said that they got behind on payments was because he said that the royalties fell 58% in 2022 from their previous the previous year. So the royalty based on how much money they make off a podcast download was reduced by 58%, is what he said. And part of the deal structure is that for signing on to their network, where they take a commission of ad buys and royalties, they give a monthly minimum payment to the creators. So they basically guarantee a monthly salary. And so what happens is when Colin's claim is that when the money was cut by 58%, all their numbers went under. They were still paying minimum buys and things like that. But what makes it a little fishy, even with that situation, is the fact that even during that time period where, they weren't able to pay out people on time and they were claiming that it was down 58%, they were giving still very large minimum monthly payments to new people that they were adding on. So they were trying to still entice them even though they were bleeding money. So sort of like a VOCO
situation.
Yeah,
right.
VOCO
okay. So the fact of the matter is they overpromised, underdelivered?
Basically. Yeah, 100%. They were like, we're going to make you all this money or whatever. We're, give you this minimum payment or whatever, minimum monthly. And then on top of, that they facilitate the ad reads and all kinds of different things like that.
But the cost per download didn't turn out in Kast's favor, so their money was under.
Yeah, that was his claim. So what ended up happening is Kast Media went to the creators and said, look, we know we haven't been able to get you your money. Here's the situation. They said, we are risking going into bankruptcy, but we have an out. We can get you with this podcast group that wants to acquire us I think it's called Podcast One.
Yeah.
And basically you can go over there, you'll get your money back, but you'll get your money back in the form of stock options with Podcast One, which hasn't IPO'd. So they were basically saying like, look, Podcast One's going to be the new big thing. You're going to get it in stock options. That's going to grow over time. But what a stock option, basically getting paid in stock, especially for a stock that doesn't even have an opening price, what that all that does is basically inflate the IPO price of the company itself. So it seems like a real
roundabout way.
Well, it's a really, and this doesn't have to be their intention, but it is a definite conflict of interest. Like it's like, all right, we're gonna pay you in this, but then it's like, yeah, we're paying you in this because we really want to make our IPO do really well, and if our IPO does really well, then you guys will make even more money because it'll be a big splash.
Right.
But it's like, or you could just pay us exactly in USD what
we're owed,
and then
for making your company money.
Yeah, and maybe add some stock options on top of that. How about that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, baby, need top 5 when I'm done going mental. Yeah, I'm locked in, you can peep my condition in the lab all winter, all summer. Yeah, I went dumb, now I'm about to go dumb and throwing way more numbers on the board on my